Okay, beautiful people, we're starting off laying down. So come down to your back. You want to close your eyes down, spread your body out in all directions. Breathe deeply through your nose. It's so helpful if we just take some time at the beginning of a yoga practice just to settle in. And that's just what we're going to do here, just breathing. And when you inhale, think of taking in the maximum air into your lungs. Think of puffing your chest open and big. Even let your belly puff up and open with your inhales. And with your exhales, do the opposite. Squeeze all the air out of your belly and your lungs. So inhale, fill yourself up with air. And then exhale, empty it out. And keep breathing just like this, okay? Just finding some time to transition into a mode of being where we're extremely present with what is right now. Almost everything else that you do in your life requires that you're constantly using your mind to look into the past and the future. And this practice, this yoga practice that we can cultivate, requires that we just be right now. Very present with what is. And as you breathe deeply, you're moving all the parts of your torso, okay? You're expanding your rib cage to let in the air. You're moving your belly outward to make even more space for your diaphragm to move down, taking in that beautiful clean air. And as your belly contracts inward towards your spine, you're pushing that diaphragm up towards your lungs, compressing the rib cage, cleaning your lungs out. So hopefully after a few rounds of breath, you feel your body softening toward the floor a little bit. A little bit of extra softness in your jaw and your face too. Keep your big breath through your nose and keep your awareness on your body right now, in this moment. Bend your knees here and bring your feet up close by your hips. And we'll just bring in some gentle movement just to wake up your lower body at first. So if you want to keep this hip opener that we're about to do really gentle, keep your feet close together. If you want a little more, you can walk them further apart. I like to take mine as far as the mat is wide. And you'll just start dropping your knees side to side, very gently, very slowly, almost no effort involved at all. And you'll notice your hips, okay, internally and then externally rotating. And this is giving a nice massage, a nice wake up to your hips, and also notice your low back, okay, getting a gentle wringing out. And because of that, you might get some pops and that's all right as long as they feel good. And by the way, anything that you do in your practice should feel good. It should always be fun. And if you ever stop having fun and anything feels bad, that means it's time to take a little break, recalibrate, modify. Okay. Always take those breaks. So next time your knees point up, just pause them there and drop them together. Keep your feet a little bit apart from each other so that your legs make this nice little tent shape. And hopefully that can allow you to drop your low back very close to the floor, perhaps even putting it on the floor and allowing that low back to neutralize and just rest here. And we'll start moving your upper body. So take your arms into a cactus shape on the floor with bent elbows, palms facing up. With your inhale, reach your hands out away from you, really long. I call this big cactus. With your exhale, bend your elbows and pull them down by your ribs. I call this tiny cactus. So we'll do that a few more times, just waking up your shoulders and your back. Inhale for big cactus. Exhale, tiny cactus. And the closer you keep your arms to the floor, the better, because it's going to allow your chest to open up and your back and shoulders to really warm up. So keep those palms facing up. It's almost like you're reaching up for a chin-up bar and exhaling to pull yourself up. You can think of it as reach and pull. Let's do that 3 more times. Reach and pull. Big cactus. Tiny cactus. Last one. Very nice. From here, bring your knees in towards your chest and tuck your hands behind them. Go ahead and rock yourself up so that you're sitting. All right, come on up. From here, point your knees out to one side and we'll flip it over to hands and knees. So I'll meet you there. Here we are, friends, hands and knees. Let's get some cat-cows going. So we just want to start to move the spine big time. Grip the mat with your strong tiger claw hands, okay? You want to move your hands to be so strong that the mat or whatever you're on, whatever surface you're on, might start to buckle a little bit underneath your hands. And then with your inhale, pull your heart forward. I want you to pull your hands back to your knees so your heart moves forward and you look forward and you're arching your spine. With your exhale, push the floor away. Push, push, push. Lift your body, lift your belly, and look at your belly button. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, lift that heart forward, pull it. And exhale, push the floor away. When you push the floor, maybe shake your head out. Let your neck be soft. And we'll just take a few more like that, okay? Your cow pose is when you're arching your spine. And your cat pose is when you're rounding your spine. And we just want to wake up your torso here. So make this a little bit side to side as well. Make it a little snaky, rolling your rib cage to one side and then the other. Find a little bit of weird movement in it so that you feel like you're really opening your back. I like to pay particular attention to the spaces between the shoulder blades here. I feel like they get a really nice opening. All right, and next time you come back to a flat back, go ahead and pause there. And let's get the right leg out behind. Right leg out in the air, send it out. Okay, rock some extra weight into your right hand. You can spread those fingers of the right hand really wide. Okay, make a nice stable base. And then if it feels all right, reach the left hand forward. So we have right leg and left arm up. And we'll start to move from here, getting a little bit of strength in the belly and the back. So we need to remember to protect the low back as we begin to move. And that means we want to pull the belly button up and into the spine, strong belly muscles. So inhaling, reach out long through the lifted arm and leg. And with your exhale, pull that right knee and the left elbow in, push the floor, lift your belly. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach out long, strong back. Exhale, pull it in, strong belly. One more time, inhale, reach out long. Exhale, pull it in, hold strong and breathe. Now we're gonna hold it right here, team. So breathe with me. And I'm gonna give you a gentle option to put the left hand down and just tuck the right knee in. I'm also gonna give you a spicy option to balance on that left kneecap. So you can bend the left knee, point the left toes up at the ceiling, and you're balancing on the left kneecap. Wherever you are, take one more big breath in. And then exhale to let it go. Come on down to hands and knees. And I'll get you off that right wrist, okay? Tuck your toes behind you. Lift your knees and your hips and walk your hands back to your feet. Take a moment here just to hang. You can bend your knees, one and the other. When you're hanging, I want you to feel this really nice sense of traction and hanging in your spine, so that you almost feel like your spine's getting a little longer. Shake your head. And make sure, please, that at least your fingertips touch the ground and your shoulders are close to your knees. If they're not, bend your knees more. You can be very generous with yourself right now. Now we're gonna roll up. So find equal weight in both feet, please. And inhale to push down into them. Roll yourself up. Lift your heart up super high as you reach up. Then exhale here, drop your hips into a chair squat. You'll pull your knees toward each other as you drop as low as you want to go, looking up at your hands. Inhale all the way up to standing, lift that heart. And exhale here, folding, hinging at your hips. You can bend your knees a lot or a little until your hands come down. Okay, on your inhale here, just come halfway up, like you're looking forward to make sure that everything's good at the front of your space. You can bend your knees. And with your exhale, hinge again. Deeply fold as you hug your legs. Let your head hang here. All right, friends, we're coming back down to the floor. So palms back on the floor. Walk them forward, away from your feet. Just a momentary plank pose. Remember, in any plank, you can drop one or two knees, okay? And then come on down to your knees. And we're back where we started. So let's do the other side. Left leg out behind you. Send it out. And do your best to rock that left hip under and keep it level with your right hip, okay? Spread those left fingers wide. Rock some weight into that left hand. And let's reach the right arm forward. So you feel the back body is lifting an arm and leg, and the front body is pushing the floor. So back and front are strong. We call this bird dog. All right, friends, with your inhale, reach out long. With your exhale, pull that left knee and the right elbow in. Maybe even your nose gets in there too. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Reach. Exhale, pull it in. One more, inhale. And exhale. Now hold it here, building some core strength, building some heat. Easy option, put the right hand down. Spicy option, keep the right elbow connected to the left knee and bend that right knee, point the right toes up. Is it challenging? Yes. Is it okay if you try it and it doesn't work? Of course. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then let it go. Back down to hands and knees. Tuck your toes again. Lift your hips and knees again. And again, walk your hands back to your feet and just hang. Just let it hang. Okay, try rocking your weight forward onto your toes and back onto your heels. Toes, heels. Remember to bend your knees so generously that your hands touch the floor and you feel your back hanging. All right, yogis, find equal weight on both feet, very grounded. And here we go. We're going to roll it up again. Inhale, press into your heels. Come on up. Think of stacking your spine really tall. Reach tall. And then with your exhale, drop your hips into that chair squat. Pull your knees toward each other. Look up. How low do you want to go? Inhale to stand back up. Then exhale to fold yourself in half. Bend those knees. Make it happen. Halfway up on your inhale, think of unrolling your spine. And with your exhale, make a really big fold. Hug your legs. All right, palms are down here. Inhaling to walk yourself forward to another just momentary plank. Remember, your knees can be down for that, okay? Still a plank. And with your exhale, lower yourself really slowly. Maybe knees down first. Squeeze those elbows in until you're on the floor. All right, friends, so down here on the floor, I'd like to open up your chest and get you some freedom between your shoulders and the front. So you can just rest your forehead on the floor for now. Hands under shoulders. And think of pulling your elbows in by your ribs, as if your elbows are magnetically attracted to your ribs. And then get a sense here, before we even leave the floor, that your tailbone is trying to point at the center of the earth. Okay, so you'll feel your glutes turn on, okay, for sure. Those glutes will turn on, the tailbone will point down, and you'll get a sense that your belly button is trying to lift away from the floor. It might not leave the floor, but you feel that it's trying to, okay? So I want you to keep that tailbone pointing down and belly button lifting, and that's going to keep your low back safe. Very important to keep the low back safe. All right, cobras. With your inhale, grip with your strong hands and pull back with your hands as if you wanted to pull the mat back, and you'll feel your heart lift up in front. And with your exhale, let it come down. So we'll try that a few more times. Inhale, pull back, lift your heart up. Then exhale, set it down. So I just want you to kind of keep going and find a little rhythm that suits you. And keep that tailbone down, belly button lift action. Now everyone's very different here. Your cobra might be a little tiny, gentle baby cobra, where just your rib cage barely leaves the floor. Okay, but if you're feeling spicy or energetic today, or you have a lot of space, you might make a big mommy cobra where your belly button leaves the floor and you lift that heart. But no matter what, you're only pulling on the mat and you're never pushing. Why do we not want to push in a cobra pose? Because we're extending the spine, we're arching the spine, and we don't want to compress it when we're extending it, do we? We only want to lengthen it. So let's take one more big cobra, lift that heart up and open. And then exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes, lift yourself up through hands and knees, or maybe up through a plank to a downward facing dog. And I'll meet you here. Lifting the hips high, dropping the heels low, and pushing the floor away from you. Your downward facing dog looks a lot like a right angle or a mountain. And you can modify it two ways. If your downward facing dog is really tight in the backs of your legs, maybe your hamstrings or your calves are tight, you're just gonna bend your knees. No problem, okay? You're still here. You can also drop to your knees at any time. Just about anything we would do from a downward facing dog, you can also do from hands and knees. So always use that, keep that in your back pocket. So we won't take too many breaths here because we're not super warm, but I'll get us moving and we'll build a little flow. So here comes our little flow. With your inhale, swing that right leg up and out behind you. Just lift it high and do your best to lift the leg without lifting your hip, if that makes sense. With your exhale, swing that right knee forward and drop the right foot outside your right hand. Okay? Just building a little tiny strength in your legs here. Start to push both feet against the floor and then slightly pull them toward each other. And then as you're ready, you can use the right knee to press yourself up to a lunge, okay? A crescent lunge. So you can take your hands up here and we'll just start to really get the legs nice and strong. So push down into the floor, pull the feet toward each other. And if you need a break, you can drop the back knee, okay? Not a problem. Drop that knee anytime. Now we're going to extend both legs. Think of lifting your hips up as you extend that right leg and dropping your hips down as you bend both knees. You can take your hands with you too. Let's try it a few times. Inhale, extend your legs, lift. Exhale, bend your legs and drop. So keep going, just find a little rhythm. Okay, notice that your upper body stays very balanced over your hips. Sometimes it's tempting to kind of bow forward here. Do the opposite, almost leaning back. Let's do it 3 more times. Building warmth in your legs. You know you don't have to go super low if you don't want to. 2 more. Okay, 1 more. All right, come down and hold here. I want you to get as low as you want to go in your lunge, modifying by dropping the back knee if you need to, and breathe. You might even decide to take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers and move them away for a great stretch across your shoulders. Very nice, yogis. 1 more big breath here in your crescent lunge. All right, exhale here, let it go by dropping your hands under your shoulders inside that right foot. And we'll see if we can swing the right leg up and out behind. So a 3-leg dog on your inhale. Send that right leg up in the air. And on your exhale, drop the right foot next to the left. You're back in downward facing dog. Now we're going to do just that on the other side. Let's go. Inhaling here, get that left leg up and out behind. Exhale and drop the left foot outside your left hand. So before you even come up, start to activate your legs, pressing both legs into the floor, so like you're resisting the floor, and slightly pull them toward each other. And then you're ready to use that left knee to press yourself up to a crescent lunge. So come on up, friends. Okay, get the legs strong. You can adjust the feet to be just where you like them. And then we'll start to move. So extending all the legs, you'll stand up from this lunge, and bending all the legs, you'll drop down as low as you want to go. Let's keep going. Inhale up and exhale down. Remember to push that floor away from you, and it doesn't have to be all of your strength, friends. Just 5 to 10% of your strength can go a long way. Remember to take a break if you need to. Drop the right knee and just take it easy at any time. Let's do 2 more. You feel your legs warming up. You feel your hips warming up, your hamstrings, your quads. Now drop down low and hold with me at the bottom of your lunge. Breathe. Okay, maybe take your hands behind you, interlace those fingers and move the hands away from your heart. Breathe, maybe lift your sternum a little bit. Nice, push the floor away with your legs. 1 more breath. And let it go. Drop the hands underneath your shoulders inside the left foot. Let's bring the left leg up and back. Inhale here, 3-leg dog. Send it up in the air. And exhale here. Whew, back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, friends, just pushing the floor down. We're a little bit warmer in this down dog. Maybe even close your eyes, shake your head out. See if you could slightly pull your elbows in toward each other and do the same with your knees. Notice how that feels. And maybe a kind of a imaginative, energetic lift in the center of each palm and the center of each foot, like you're sucking up away from the floor as you push down. So we'll add something on to our little flow. Here we go. Inhaling here, let's get that right leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, right foot forward. Plant that foot outside your hands. So same as before. Get strong in the legs before you come up. And then as you're ready, inhaling here, all the hands up, crescent lunge. Okay, this time, as you exhale, we're gonna drop that left heel, open up to the left, like you're looking to the left in a warrior two. Now hold here and breathe. I'll spin around to face you. Okay, warrior two. Arms are wide, your hips are open wide, everything facing to the left. Go ahead and look at your right knee. Make sure that the right knee is bending and pointing at your toes instead of at your arch, okay? The knee is bending outward. And also the right knee doesn't pass up its own ankle. It stays over its ankle. If you need to back out, just straighten your right leg, okay? So here we are. I want to flow with you a little bit here. With your inhale, think of dropping your left leg, your left hand to your left leg and sliding it down as you reach the right hand up. You can call this exalted warrior. With your exhale, swing back through warrior two. Right elbow to your right knee. Reach the left hand up. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale here, exalted warrior. Lift open that right side. And exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow to right knee. Left arm up. Keep it going. Inhale, open that right side. Exhale, open the left. Maybe 3 more times, yogis. Inhale. Keep the hips low, okay? And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. The legs are getting warm. I know. Stick with it. Hold and breathe. Next time you get into that extended side angle, right elbow to the right knee, left arm up. Hold here and just breathe. Now this might be where you'd like to stay. You can keep the right elbow on the right knee, but keep pushing the floor away, okay? Keep drawing the legs into each other. If you want a little bit more here, you're feeling pretty spacious and comfortable, you can take the right fingers to the floor next to that right foot, okay? You can also take the right palm to the floor. And if it feels really comfortable and loose here, you can take the right shoulder to the right knee. Keep facing to the left, however, and reach that right arm under your right leg. Reach the left hand behind your back. And you're all tangled up with yourself. No matter where you are is perfect. Keep breathing. And maybe drop your right hip a little lower. Excellent work, yogis. One more big breath here. And we're letting it go. All hands down inside that right foot. Let's go back out the way we came in. Pop up that left heel. We're back in a lunge. Up to 3-leg dog on your inhale. Let's send that right leg up and out behind. And exhale, drop that right foot next to the left. Whew. Walk it out. How's that right leg feeling? Nice space in the back of the right hamstring, hopefully. Let's do all that on the other side. Are you ready? Here we go. Inhaling with the left leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, left foot outside the left hand. Up to your lunge. Get strong in your legs first, please. And then with your inhale, come up to your crescent lunge. Reach your hands up. With your exhale, we're going to drop the right heel. Open your arms and your hips out to the right. A warrior two. Pause here. I'll spin around to meet you. Okay, warriors, we want ribs over hips. Sometimes it's tempting to lean into your warrior. Pull those ribs back over your hips. Look at your left knee. That left knee can be really tricky and sneaky. Make sure it's pointing at your middle toes and it doesn't pass up its own ankle, okay? To back out, extend the left leg. Take a break. Let's go. Let's start to flow just like we did on the other side. With your inhale here, slide your right hand down your right leg. Expand that left side. But I want you to drop into that left hip, okay? Don't let it get too high. Exhale through warrior two until that left elbow comes to the left knee. Right hand up, extended side angle. Let's come back the way we came in. Inhale, exalted warrior. Lift that left hand, drop the right. Exhale through warrior, extended side angle. Now find a little rhythm, just moving between these two postures. The legs stay the same, don't they? They don't really do anything different at all. Just keep them strong, keep pushing the floor and pulling the feet toward each other slightly. Nice work. You feel the legs getting warm, don't you? We just have two more like this. You can do this. One more, okay? Nice. Next time you're in that extended side angle with the left elbow on the left knee, pause here. Now you can stay here, extending the left knee anytime you need a break, okay? Now, you could go deeper, and I want you to decide what's right for you today. You can take left fingers by the left foot, left palm by the left foot, or you can even drop the left shoulder to the left knee. In that case, you might reach underneath your left leg with your left arm, drop the right arm behind your back. Okay, wherever you are, could you drop a little deeper into that left hip and breathe? Remember to resist the floor and pull those feet toward each other. You might feel a lot of heat in their left hip. One more breath here, yogis. And let's let it go. Drop your hands down underneath your shoulders inside that left foot. Pop up that right heel, and we're back in a lunge. Let's come up to a three-leg dog. Inhale here, left leg up and out behind. Exhale here, drop that left foot and next to the right. Back in downward facing dog. Walk out those heels, friends. This is our last downward facing dog for this practice. So this is a great opportunity to notice if the legs feel different. Okay, I sure noticed that the hamstrings and the calves on the backs of both legs feel softer and more open. See if you could lift your kneecaps slightly and drop your heels a little closer to the floor. Take one more huge breath in here in downward facing dog. With your exhale, come on down to your knees. Okay, from your hands and knees, we'll just get a little bit twisty, a little bit stretchy. We'll start to bring the energy way down. So grounding into your left hand, reach up with your right. Take a big breath in as you twist your chest open to look up. As you exhale, dive that right hand underneath your left arm. Reach as far as you can until the right shoulder comes down next to your left hand. You can even drop your head for a moment. We're coming back up. Inhale, push the floor away. Reach up with the right hand. Big twist, open. Exhale, dive it under. Big twist, closed. Again, big breath in, open it up. Big exhale, close it up. And next time that you drop that right shoulder to the floor, hold it here and just breathe. We're gonna be here for a while, okay? Now we're gonna stay in this inverted twist and take some breath. So make sure your spine is long. If you feel like your knees are very close to your shoulders and your spine is all crunched up, just walk your knees back a little bit. And then make sure your tailbone is pointed away from your head, not to the left. You feel how it wants to point to the left? Point it away from you. Now you might stay here, or you might deepen this twist by reaching up with your left arm. And you're gonna think of trying to open your arms here, like you're trying to give someone a hug and you wanna open your arms really wide to do that. Breathe deeply in your inverted twist. You might also drop your left arm across your back and grab your right thigh. Take a few more breaths here. When we twist, we really wring out the spine. We're also cooling your body down after your practice. And we're detoxifying all of your organs as we give them a nice massage. So the deeper you go into the twist, please breathe that much more deeply. One more breath here. And bring yourself out slowly. Left hand back on the floor if it was off. Press yourself out one more time. Big breath in, reaching up. Oh, we're really twisting open your chest. Then exhale, right hand down. Let's do the other side. Same thing. So grounding into the right hand. Inhale, lift up with your left. Look up. Big chest. And exhale, thread the left arm under the right. Drop the left shoulder. Maybe drop your head for a second. And we'll do that 2 more times. Push the floor away. Inhale, lift up, twist open. Exhale, twist closed. One more, just like that. Big breath in. And big exhale. Now hold it here and we'll just breathe. Okay. All right. See how your tailbone really wants to point to the right? Point it straight behind you. Make that spine long when we twist. And you could stay here in this more gentle, kind of relaxing twist. Or if you feel like you want more, you can deepen it by reaching that right arm up. Think of opening your arms to hug someone as you look up. So your bottom arm is gently resisting the floor. You feel that. The rib cage, the shoulders, everything twisting open. Maybe the right arm just drops across your back and you can grab that left thigh. No matter where you are, breathe. Point the tailbone away from your head. Enjoy one more breath in your twist, yogis. Okay, come out the way you came in. You have plenty of time. We're going to twist up one more time. So push the floor away as you inhale. Lift up that left arm. Big open chest. And exhale, bring that left hand down. From here, sit back on your heels. So you can put your big toes together, sit back on your heels. And then start to walk your hands out away from your knees. Okay. And your thought is to allow your forehead to come all the way down to the floor, but it doesn't have to happen right away, and it might not even happen today. So you can either rest your forehead on your forearms, you can kind of cross your forearms and rest your forehead, or if it comes down, just let it come down. Take your time here in your child's pose, balasana. Breathing deeply into the back of your body after we twisted it and wrung it out and moved the left side and moved the right side. Your legs are getting a nice massage here. And your spine is the way it was when you were born. This is why it's called child's pose. This posture erases the secondary curvature in your spine. So when you learn to lift your head when you're a baby, you get your cervical curve, you get the curve behind your neck. You're not born with that. And when you learn to walk, you get the curve behind your low back, you get your lumbar curve. So when those are erased, it's quite relaxing. And this is where we'll begin to rest. Okay, after all the heat and the movement of your practice, begin to let go of all of that effort. Rather than controlling your breath, okay, we practiced harnessing and lengthening the breath intentionally. Do the opposite now. Practice letting go of the breath. Let your body just use the involuntary, effortless breath that it already knows to do. And do the same with your body. Instead of activating intentionally and resisting the floor, now just be. Just let your body completely soften and relax into gravity. And as you begin to dive into just surrendering all of yourself to effortlessness and ease, notice everything about this moment. Notice your breath. Notice your body, all the sensations that are stirred up by your practice. Notice the little sounds in your environment, clocks ticking, cars passing, people moving. That's all part of this moment. Let it in. Please give yourself as much time as you can just to rest here. And let your practice kind of soak in. So please keep resting. And this is where I'll leave you for our practice today. Thanks so much for joining me.